the little $2 super chats, like Michigan, man. You went back and forth. Thank you.
Yeah, salute. It makes us look awesome. And of course, if you're listening on the radio, 1320 AM and 98.5 FM HD2, we appreciate you. And if you're listening on the free Odyssey app, we appreciate you there as well. And if you're listening to the James Ham and Kyle Madsen show, if you listen to the podcast version of this program, thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed, please do so when you get a chance. I'm not going to say right now. It's not imperative you do it now.
Pull over.
Just put it in your mental to-do list. Before we get started, though, I want to shout out a Sacramento radio legend, Tom Maley of Pat and Tom, who's been on the airwaves in this market for 68 years. No, 32 years. He's been doing radio at the country station here in town, and he announced yesterday that he's retiring. Today was his last show. You meet a lot of people doing this business. You meet a lot of people who are like fine, but have like their own motives, or they'll like you as much as you can help them, or they will just kind of brush you aside because you're a young part-timer and they've been in the business for 30 plus years and you mean nothing to them because they have other things they're focused on. That wasn't Tom. He didn't die. I mean, this is making it sound like he died. He's just retiring.
Okay, yeah.
Tom is very much still with us and doing well. He's going to start a fishing business. But yeah, I just wanted to shout him out, man. He was one of the guys when I first started at the other station who immediately took me in. I had an idea of what country radio jocks were like, and he is very much not that. Had beers with him, hung out with him, gotten a ton of career advice from him. And I can pretty comfortably say I wouldn't be where I'm at without Tom Maley. So congratulations to Tom on an outstanding career. Yeah. I call him my radio dad.
Nice.
Because that's legit. Every day I would go in there because their show's in the morning. Their show started earlier than the show I was on. And I'd go in there and I'd talk to him. Hey, I got this coming up, or I got this interview, or I have this radio thing I'm dealing with. And he was always down to help. Same thing with Pat as well. And Cody, they do a great job on that show. So salute to Tom Maley, one of the very best, and super excited to see what he's got coming up in his retirement.
Shout out Tom. It's
gonna be exciting. Yeah,
you stick around for that long in this business, you're a legend, bro.
That's it. Like that's it.
No, I don't even know Tom, but like I don't know how radio works.
Yes.
Like yeah.
32 years with one show, with one station.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an icon, man. If I do 1/1000th of what Tom has done in his career, I will consider myself a success.
Yeah.
So salute to Tom. I just got an update, by the way, from the A's. Okay. Remember last week we were supposed to have Jacob Wilson on? A's rookie shortstop, future American League Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm. He is that.
Yeah. So supposed to have him on last Friday, got pushed to this Friday, and now got pushed again. So Jacob Wilson won't be on the program today. It's fine.
Next Friday though?
Fingers crossed.
Hey, tune in next Friday. Don't go anywhere.
No, we're crossing our fingers. Tune in next week. I'm just going to say any day next week.
Jacob Wilson may be here sometime.
The future American League Rookie of the Year will be on this station.
Yes.
At some point.
Yes.
I promise. Salute to the A's. I know they've had a really hectic schedule, and I appreciate their PR staff for working with us and trying to get on Jacob Wilson, who is legitimately on track to win the American League Rookie of the Year by like a lot.
Yeah, I've been trying to push the Christian Campbell narrative. It's just not working.
It's not working for you, brother.
Yeah, so Jacob Wilson hit 2 home runs the other day. It's like, nope, yeah, he's got it. You got it, pal.
A couple of Jackson 360.
You got it. No worries.
He's a good player. Tough series for the A's down in LA. We'll get to that a little bit later. Okay, the revelation I had on the way in today, because when preparing for this show, you know, you drive in and I listen to radio or I listen to podcasts or I have music on, but it's just constantly just thinking, okay, what do I want to talk about today? And it sort of dawned on me that I think I'm rooting for Boston.
Okay, yeah, you did text me this. Yeah, I was kind of surprised when you texted me after.
This is a weird thing for me because it's Boston. Like, I don't want, if my team is not in it, I want to see a random team win. I want chaos.
Yeah.
I want maximum entropy, right? I want the Pacers and the Timberwolves in the finals. Like, I just want this the most wild outcome possible. But then I was driving in, I was listening to someone talking about the Knicks and Celtics series, and I was like, man, it would be pretty sick if Boston not only forces a game 7.
I agree.
Well, we're leaving you out of this for a second.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It would be pretty sick if Boston forces a Game 7. But then I started really thinking about it, and that's just selfishly, right? I want Game 7s. I want Game 7s all the time, right? And I say this as a person who's not like a Celtics fan. I don't hate them. I don't. But Boston's just awesome. They're a premier NBA franchise. Like, I don't want them to watch them win another one. That's kind of boring for me. But when you factor in the Jason Tatum aspect of it and the fact that he got hurt in the middle of a game or toward the end of a game, and then they rallied around that and they blow out the Knicks in Game 5, they force a Game 6. It's like, man, if Boston all of a sudden wins Game 6 and 7, goes into the Eastern Conference Finals against the Pacers, takes on the Pacers, no Jason Tatum, fight their way to the finals. Now they're in the finals again. No Jason Tatum.
Those underdog Celtics.
They're kind of the underdog now, bro.
The narrative
First time ever.
It has.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And they shouldn't be, right? And the Kristaps Porzingis illness, he's been
Cannot
basically
breathe.
ineffective, can't be out there. It's like the Celtics roster is really good, but when you remove Jason Tatum from the top of it, it looks a lot weaker. Still really good.
Yeah.
And then you remove Kristaps Porzingis from being effective, and you're like, man, their rotation all of a sudden looks a little bit shaky. And if they go in and they just start racking up wins,
Yeah.
it's going to be really hard to not pull for them.
Well, it's everyone.
Even though it's boring, it's freaking Boston. I don't want to see Boston win another freaking title.
But like you said, though, it's the underdog now. Like,
Yes.
everyone loves the underdog. Like, rooting for no one's ever gonna poor Celtics if they're at full strength, because like, yeah, I'm not gonna, like, they have the most titles all the time. Like, no one's ever poor Celtics ever, because they're always generally in it. They lose whatever.
Don't get it now. Okay,
And-
now you said an important thing right there.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. If the Celtics lose tonight, I'm not going to be like, wow, I feel so bad.
But it's the flip side. Was like, now it's like, wow, these guys are the underdog for the first time in however long. Where it's like, I feel bad for these guys. Not feel bad is the word, but they're missing a couple guys, missing Jason Tatum because of a crazy injury.
Well, and you go and you look at the Clippers, right? When Kawhi Leonard's gotten hurt, well, the Clippers, they lost with Kawhi Leonard this year, but in previous years, okay, Kawhi Leonard gets hurt, they're done. This year, Steph Curry got hurt for the Warriors, they're done. There was another one in here. OG Anunoby last year got hurt. It's like, oh man, Knicks are done. Knicks are done. For the Celtics too, I'm missing one. There's like a significant injury that I can't think of.
Damian Lillard.
It might be Dame.
That was what I was going to say as well.
But like Giannis has been out a couple years. But anyways, you see all the time for Tatum to go down. That's just such a massive blow. And if all of a sudden the Celtics are this team that rallies and fights their way back and comes back from 3-1 down to go to these, I have a hard time.
You believe in Boston now or what?
I'm not saying I believe in them.
Hey, come on, dude. Come on.
I'm not saying all that. It would just be it. If Jason Tatum was at full strength and they came back from 3-1 against the Knicks, it'd be like, God. I'd be like, God, dude, come on, Knicks. Like, figure it out, bros. But if Boston now comes back, sans Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis ineffective, and it's just Derek White and Peyton Pritchard and Jaylen Brown and Luke Cornett and Sam Hauser. Like
who didn't love the Luke Cornett Game 5? Yeah, who didn't love Luke Cornett?
Fun now.
Exactly.
This is a little fun now. That's just such a crazy thing. I never would have thought. The last time I wanted a Boston team to win a title was the Red Sox in 2004.
Yeah, it was a good time.
That was like, you were 6, relax.
No, I remember that. That was when I my first real memories of like watching a team, blah blah blah. Because I remember Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone broke my heart the year before that. Like, absolutely tore me to shreds when he hit that home run against Tim Wakefield.
Where were you like, legitimately, you were like 5 or 6?
7, I think. 6 or 7. That was like the first. All right, this is sports.
Yeah, like welcome.
Tears out of my eyes. Mom's calling. I told the story on 1320 Bunch. Mom's calling dad at work like, "Hey, control your kid. Like, he's just like he's crying bad right now.
Get your son."
Yeah, like mom has no sense of the situation or whatever. No clue that Aaron Boone just hit this home run. Now the curse lives on. I'm crying because I hate Babe Ruth.
Yeah, man. That was the last time I've pulled for a Boston team. The Patriots, even the old Tom Brady Patriots, like, nah, don't want to see him win another one.
Yeah, I get that
Celtics,
one.
they got 50 already. Like, I don't need to see him win another one.
I get that.
Red Sox have seen him win, 4 now?
Maybe that just lasts for this series too, because I feel like maybe if they match up with the Pacers, it'll probably go the other way. Now Boston's not like this. Oh, like they stink now or whatever. It's still a pretty solid team. I think if they beat the Knicks, it'll kind of all come back down to earth. And it's like, all right, now it's like Boston's fine.
Maybe. I don't know though, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dude, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, because when Tatum got hurt, there was the outpouring of support for him because obviously just him as a person, like that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
He's not only losing this season, he's going to lose most, if not all of next season. He may never be the same again. Like that just sucks for a kid who's what, 26,
26, 27, one of those.
Like he's just entering his prime, and to have this, like, that's just devastating for him on a personal level.
Yeah.
So there's that outpouring of support. But then there was this other, the other side of it was, well, Celtics are done. Well, Celtics season's over. And
yeah, there's still that kind of feeling too.
It might be. They might lose tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be all over. And I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to cry for the Celtics if they lose.
I'll do that for you. Don't worry.
Thanks, bro. Your mom calling your dad. Control your kid.
Yeah.
Like, what? He's
30 years old. Like, call his wife.
So I just, it's a weird phenomenon for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just...
Well, welcome to the club. We got the Chatty House Celtics supporters that have been riding for the team. Vibes have been up. So, yeah, join the club.
I'm one of those people, by the way, that... Joe, what's a young person's take on the Celtics?
All right, cool. Yeah, sweet. I mean, I get what you're saying about the about being underdogs and whatnot. Narrative changed. So,
you're not rooting for the Celtics.
Yeah, you're a Knicks guy?
I was pulling for the Knicks. I'm gonna be honest.
We got another Knicks fan in the building. That's
okay,
crazy.
no, see, that's not I just in this series, but I can see where you guys are coming from. Honestly, I like chaos, so yeah, that's the way. Yeah, cool, right. Fun.
Just rooting.
I'm gonna stay humble today.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
nice. That's a good approach.
Yeah,
I think that's the right approach. I'm not one of those people, by the way. This is a flaw in me as a person, where I don't like when my friends' favorite teams lose.
Yeah, I'm big on that too. My brother's a Heat fan, so I always, if they're not playing the Celtics, generally, like, I want to see my brother win and stuff.
No, I'm the same way.
Yeah, I have other friends who like hate my favorite teams.
If you're a Lakers fan, like, if you're a Lakers fan, a Sixers fan, or a Knicks fan, I hope for your downfall as a sports fan. Though.
Yeah, there's some exceptions.
There's no like, oh yeah, like so and so is like their team. No, I hope you lose and I hope you go through it.
No, it's not. That's so mean.
It's true.
That's why like the whole, like the Warriors Kings thing. I get why you hate me. And like I get it. I do. I understand.
Yeah.
Like I don't begrudge it. But I love Kings fans. Like I love Sacramento. I will never take joy in what the hell goes on with the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just not a thing I root for. Like forget the professional aspect of it. Like it's just better. This show is easier and this job is easier and more fun when the Kings are winning.
Yeah.
But I have so many friends, people in the Chatty House, people, Joe. I have so many friends from college who are huge Kings fans. I have friends from elementary school who grew up as Kings fans because the Kings were good and the Warriors were ass, who are Kings fans. I'm like, I want it for you guys.
Yeah.
Like I want you to be happy. Again, I'm not going to root for it over my own favorite teams, but like you're a Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Dolphins cook for you.
Same. I would love to see them win a playoff game.
I don't care about the Dolphins otherwise.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to Dolphins, are my wife's a Dolphins fan.
Shout out.
It's like for you guys, like, yeah, come on, let's go Dolphins.
It's always cool to root for your friends. Unless they're Laker fans.
Or Dodger fans.
That's fine.
My friends who are Laker fans, legitimately, or if I have a friend who's like not a Celtics fan, a Seahawks fan, or like an Angels fan, they get the like, sorry about that, like, damn. But like my friends, I have several friends who are Timberwolves fans because I've gotten involved with a company called Lamb Chops through my podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a partnership with the Timberwolves where they create merch for them, and it's great. They have season tickets and all that. Like I'm genuinely, they beat Golden State, but I was genuinely like, hey, I'm excited for you guys. This is dope. You guys are going back to the conference finals. That's so far. You have a real chance to go to the finals. That's sick. So they get a like, yo, awesome team. Like congrats. Like da. If it's the Lakers, be like,
I hate you.
Like cool, man.
Yeah.
Like all right. Good series, I guess.
Well, yeah, it's like
I'm not gonna go in depth on it.
Yeah, you're a Laker fan.
Oh, I'm just salty.
It's like, yeah, it's just the way it goes.
That's usually how I am with the Celtics.
I get that,
except for this year.
It's just circumstances. Circumstances, yeah.
Except for this
Next year it'll be different.
Every year is different. All right. Every year is different. This show, hopefully, going to be different than yesterday's show. We got a lot of new stuff to talk about. We'll continue talking about the NBA playoffs. Denver forces a game 7. We'll watch the Celtics try and do that tonight. Which player benefits the most from an NBA title this year? We'll talk about that. The A's measuring stick series have not gone particularly well. We got to dive into that. And Adam Schefter is talking about football again. And that's never good news. We'll tell you why. That's Jesse Tapia. I'm Kyle Madsen. Joe Brazil's here. We're the Insiders, hanging out with you until noon. And we're sponsored by Jiffy Lube here on ESPN 1320 at Sacramento Sports Center.
What's up, Chatty House? Happy Friday.
I would imagine.
What's up, Russ?
Minnesota fans are pulling for Denver.
Aldrin, why do you hate the Braves the most? I know you're a Mets guy. Is that why? Which teams do you guys hate the most?
It's easy for me.
Yeah, you're Dodgers.
Yeah.
Shout out Alfonso, always tapping it live from Arkansas. It can't be weirder than being someone from Northern California who's a Dolphins, Red Sox, and Celtics fan. I think you're good, Will. Yeah, I assume the Giants fans. You guys are all Dodgers.
Oh, yeah.
So I have this. I know what people in here are going to say. Hang on one second. Oh, that's incredible.
This is Mac 10. This is how I feel too with LA, but also New York.
Hey, so here's the. I know what most people in the chat are going to say. But Kendrick Lamar is performing at Oracle Park in a couple Thursdays, in a couple weeks. Going to that show. I'm not wearing a Giants hat, obviously.
Yeah.
Do I wear a Dodger hat to the Kendrick Lamar show at Oracle Park?
Dude.
I know what I don't want to hear from you, Giants.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you wear you want because you're a grown ass man.
My man. Jesse gets it.
Yeah. Like what? Like what? Am I gonna wear a Dodgers hat? Like yes. Like yeah, wear a Dodgers hat, bro. Where do you want?
I think I'm gonna go A's hat.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah.
Dodgers hat.
That's what I think I'm gonna do.
You're not gonna get beat up.
I'm not wearing a Giants hat, Joe.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for you to wear a Giants hat, especially if you own a Dodgers hat. You could throw that Giants hat away.
I don't own a Giants hat.
I wouldn't. Like, what's gonna happen if he wears a Dodgers hat?
Like that's nothing. It. Like that's
Nothing's
it.
Gonna happen.
I don't care. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we're friendly over there.
It's more just like cosplaying for the Kendrick concert.
Yeah, wear the Dodgers hat.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
That's what it is. I'm not from LA.
It's true. My buddy wears Dodger hats all the time. Whenever I take him to like Giants games, we'll play in the Nationals. He's like, yeah, full Dodger outfit.
Hilarious.
It is pretty funny, actually. Though. Yes, he's a Dodgers fan, but the narrative that goes on is actually hilarious. It's pretty funny. So,
yeah, I think I'm gonna wear an A's hat.
Brian, I don't know. I've been listening to Kendrick since high school, but maybe you could be passed.
Yeah, that's for you, man.
Yeah.
It's whatever you like.
I love his old stuff still. ADHD is probably my favorite song ever. So
I don't have this. I also don't have this. I do have a Yankees hat. I don't wear that. No. It's either A's or Dodgers. That's the two hats I'm wearing.
Yankees hat is crazy. You don't hate the Yankees? You have one or no?
I do.
Why?
Because they released that Field of Dreams hat a couple years ago when they
get it. Hats your thing, so I get it. Okay.
And it's like the throwback style and the older, it's like a thicker NY logo.
Yeah.
I got it more for the like historical look of it. I don't wear it that much.
Yeah. I get that. Brian, I get this too. I don't listen to this song really at all, but
I'm sick of that song. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I'm past Kendrick.
Yeah, like I don't listen to that song, but I still listen to Kendrick. Yeah,
ridiculous.
Now, back to the Insiders, brought to you by Jiffy Lube on ESPN 1320.
Jesse Tapia is there. I'm Kyle Madsen. Joe Brazil behind the glass. We got one Game 7 in the NBA.
Yep. Shout out to the Nuggets.
The Nuggets are some dogs, dude.
Still
They're
here,
just
still
winners,
alive.
bro.
Yeah. That's. I think that's just that championship experience. Like that's always going to benefit you one way or another.
Do you know what I also think is going to benefit you in a series?
What is that?
Having the actual MVP on your team.
Who's that? Who's the MVP?
Nikola Jokic, bro.
See, why?
What are you talking about?
No, why?
Because he's the best player in the sport.
No, is it because he's been tearing up this series and SGA hasn't looked as good?
Yes.
Then that's not how MVP works.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
We're seeing in real time. We're seeing in real time.
You don't get to make up the rules. It's the best regular season player. You don't get to make up the rules.
We're seeing in real time. Would you listen to me?
Nope. I'm not even gonna let you spew this nonsense.
Instead of just assuming you know what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead.
What we're seeing is in real time. We're seeing how impactful Nikola Jokic is in a series against. It just happens to be against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's team, but we're watching the impact Nikola Jokic has against the best team in the league, and the fact that he is dragging along. Jamal Murray was really good last night.
Yeah.
But Christian Brown, Aaron Gordon's good, obviously. Michael Porter Jr.'s got one arm. They got Julian Strawther playing 20 minutes off the bench.
Julian Strawther played well yesterday.
Yeah, he did because he's playing alongside the MVP. They got Peyton Watson coming off the bench. Russell Westbrook coming off the bench.
Are we supposed to act like these guys are all scrubs too?
They're not scrubs, but I'm saying their impact is in part because they get to play with Nikola Jokic.
I get that, but it's a regular season award.
Yeah,
like if you want to,
and we're seeing the impact that Nikola Jokic has in the regular season, but we're getting to see it in this microcosm of a series and a head-to-head matchup with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic.
I honestly I hate the MVP conversation because it always fluctuates. We never know what it is, who the MVP, what we want. One year it's the guy. I'm not talking about you, just in general now at this point. One year it's the guy who was the best player on the 4th seed or whatever, because if he wasn't on that team, then they wouldn't be a play. And then the next year it's the guy who's getting 33 or whatever per game or whatever on the best team. I feel like, I don't know. If you want to say it's Jokic, that's fine. But also, SGA did damn near one more than enough to be the MVP this year too. And I get they're playing each other in the playoffs now and all that, but
do you think that really people who had my take on the MVP conversation is that the only wrong answer is that there's a clear right answer?
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I get that.
I know that's not the radio thing to do.
Yeah.
That I should be sitting here pounding the table for Nikola Jokic while you argue for SGA. But the fact of the matter is SGA deserved the hell out of it. And that's
yeah.
Fine. My question is, let's say Denver goes and wins game 7. And Jokic puts up, let's see, what do you have last night? Let's see, Nikola Jokic. Shai was really good last night. But Jokic had 29, 14, and 8 with a couple of steals, 9 of 14 from the field. I wonder if they win this series, if people who voted for SGA are going to have some kind of buyer's remorse.
Maybe.
Because that's going to be the talking point.
Yeah, but that's just the way it works out, I guess. Or at this point, then just vote for the MVP at the end of the playoffs.
That's a different thing.
Well, that's the thing. You do it that way. You keep it. Keep it regular.
I'm not saying.
I get it, but whatever Jokic does this series is not gonna oh yeah, he should have won MVP over SGA just because you guys they tell me it's a regular season award and I'm cool with what SGA did.
No, I understand that. Yeah. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I'm saying it was a very, very close race that probably came down to minutia.
Yeah, we were talking about on Deal and Casey about them potentially tying or whatever. I don't think they will, but
no, yeah. I think if I was voting, because all the peripheral numbers are really close. Shai's team won 17 more games. That's the deciding factor.
Yeah.
Wins is not the only factor. And if Denver had won 65, then I probably feel different. But OKC won freaking 68 games, dude.
I mean, you can argue
63. I'm sorry, they won 63 games.
Yeah.
And that's not right. They won 68. How many games did they win? 68.
Yeah, 68.
Okay. They won 63 when Shai played. That was the number I was looking at. So they won 68 games. That's incredible. That's remarkable. That's the tiebreaker. But I do wonder if some of the people who justified their SGA vote during the regular season are going to look back if the Nuggets win this series and go, dang, like Jokic is that dude still.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I could see it that way. It depends on how you vote for the award. Because I think if you voted best player, best team, you're still going to think, yeah, SGA still deserved it. Yeah. And like the people who voted for SGA, I think the people who voted for SGA will still be fine with it. The people who voted for Jokic will be fine with theirs as well. Aldrin J in the chat house asked, is this Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen this year?
Yeah, low key.
As far as the MVP race, like it go either way.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Shea in this series is averaging 29, 7, and 7 on 51.3% shooting.
Yeah, so then, I don't think anyone's really changing their mind because it's just a matter of, okay, well, one was the winner and one wasn't. Unless you were just super down on the Nuggets and didn't expect them to get to Game 7 either.
Yeah, that might be it if you're just looking at the discrepancy between the two teams. Because you could just as easily argue when I'm talking about the supporting cast for Jokic and the lack of depth.
Jalen Williams.
I guess you could just as easily argue that, like, man, Shea's working with a bunch of second rounders and undrafted guys too.
Yeah, how many points did Jalen Williams score yesterday?
What, like 6?
Yeah.
8?
Like, there's a conversation to be had about
Thunder
that guy.
are in a weird spot.
They are, but I think, like we just talk about it now. Like I was asking you before the show, like if the Thunder are in a position where they need to make a move this offseason, or it's just a young team that needs to develop, I fall with the latter part of that. I think they need another year at least.
You're giving them one, so you're
giving them one more year.
So
not even where it's like one more year where it's like, oh, if you guys don't win the title this year, then we're moving on. Like if you get to the finals next year with this group, then I think you got something.
Man,
it's very sports talk and just content the thing now for us who I think they need something. Giannis is right there, go get it.
I don't even think they need to make that big of a swing.
What do you think the swing would be if they needed to make something?
Shea's a bona fide 1A, right? We're all in agreement there. Okay, yep. So Shea's the 1A. I think you have to decide if Jalen Williams is a good enough 2.
See, but who would be the 2 you're looking for? Because like I'm about out there.
So that's what I'm saying is that's the guy you're upgrading, right?
Yeah, that'd be essentially yes.
Because their bench is already awesome. Like their rotation is if you're for Oklahoma City, if they don't think they can get over the hump with this group, it's not because you need an upgrade over Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins. You need an upgrade over Jalen Williams, the guard. You need an upgrade over Santa Clara Jalen Williams.
Yeah, it wasn't very nice, but I saw a tweet yesterday. It was like the picture of Jalen Williams. Like, there's never been a more clear, like, the dynasty starts after this guy gets traded. Like, that's tough.
He's shooting 42.5% from the field in the playoffs and 24.1% from 3. I'm with you. I think you give it one more year because you still have Chet Holmgren missed basically all of this season. So, or a large chunk of this season. So he's still got to get acclimated. I think you got to give Jalen Williams another year. He's in year 3. And this is
still a really young team.
He's still Jalen Williams is only just turned 24. On April 14th, a month ago, he turned 24. So you have the time, like with the Kings, we always talked about, you don't have this massive window here. You don't have a bunch of dudes who are 22 and 23 years old. You got guys who are like 26, 27, 28. This window is closing really quickly.
Yeah.
You got to go now. With the Thunder, even if they lose Game 7, I think you don't do anything drastic just yet.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
But
what if
on the other hand,
what if Milwaukee calls you though?
You got to take the call, for sure. Because if they go, hey, give us Chet and a bunch of your picks, cool. Hey, let's do that. But if they're like, hey, give us Jalen Williams and Chet and another one of your bench players and a bunch of picks,
and that's what I'm thinking.
That's what they would. But you got to take the call just in case they're just enamored with Chet Holmgren or like we need and do the Luka thing.
Yeah,
I get after the Luka trade, you need to take every call ever.
Yeah,
just in case that GM is losing their mind. Just in case that GM is feeling an immense pressure to like, oh my God, I got to get this Giannis deal done. He said he's going to go public if we don't get it done. Oh my God, I got to do something. Chet's good. Let's go get him. Chet and 4 firsts. All right, here you go.
Anthony in the chat house says, bring KD home for a year or 2. How do you feel about that?
Sure. Put him in a spot where he's a bona fide number 2, but can take over.
Probably wouldn't cost you too much either.
Probably wouldn't cost a lot. Yeah, I don't hate that, but I also don't begrudge anybody who thinks that Oklahoma City gives this one more year.
To me, they're still a young team learning to win.
Yeah, and you're seeing it play out in the playoffs right now. There's been 2 games now where I've thought, oh man, they're cooked. Because Denver just knows how to win, and they've
been there multiple
fight
years.
back, they scratch, they claw, they get there. So I'm not. Man, my typical reaction here is you have to make your moves now, because there's no guarantee. We saw what just happened with Jason Tatum.
Yeah, now that massive championship window could be closed.
Yeah. So I think anytime you think you can make a move that puts you in a better position to win a title, I think you have to do it. But on the other hand, I'm not forcing it. If I'm Oklahoma City, if Oklahoma City had lost to Denver in 5 games and we're not competitive, okay, let's reevaluate. But if they lose to the Denver Nuggets and Nikola Jokic, and they lose in a tight game 7, where it's like, man, 1 or 2 possessions goes the other way, and we're in the conference finals, I have a hard time going, all right, let's make a dramatic change to this because we didn't make the conference finals.
Yeah, you got to give teams time.
Yeah,
but if
it's a really fine line to walk though, because you want to give a team time. You want to let a team kind of figure it out. But also, let's loop the Kings into this conversation. The 22-23 season, Beam Team won.
Yeah, well,
they gave it too much time.
Yeah, I wanted them to make a move after they made the playoffs.
Right. So they made the playoffs and said, hey, we're going to give this thing time. We're going to let this team gel and figure it out. And then they didn't make a move that offseason. Then they didn't make a substantial move at that trade deadline. And then they went to the next offseason and they brought in DeMar DeRozan. It was like, wait, what? Okay, now we're what's happening?
I'll give more grace to the team that maybe ran it back with the 68 win regular season team. Yeah.
That's it. So there's definitely a fine line between, hey, let this play out, because that cliff is steep. And at some point, let's say they decide Jalen Williams is not the dude, but they don't decide that till after next year, because you know what? He kind of fell off. He wasn't an all-star, didn't play great in the playoffs. And all of a sudden, now his trade value's way down.
Exactly.
And now you're not going and getting that big. So it's a really, really tough spot, but that's why GMs get paid a lot of money. But if I'm Sam Presti, and frankly, Sam Presti has built up enough equity that whatever he does this offseason, I'm going to believe in. But
they've kind of built towards this too.
Yes, if I'm them, I am letting this ride right now. Because there's a real chance that Jalen Williams is that dude. He might, there's another step he can take, another leap he can take. He's only 24 years old, man.
Yeah.
So I'm down to bet on Oklahoma City's future with this group. Before I'm down to, all right, let's start stripping this thing for parts and seeing if we can plug in different pieces, unless it's a substantial upgrade. But like, I don't know that bringing in
and
Cam Johnson, it makes that big of a difference for Oklahoma City. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing. This is all kind of premature in a sense where they can still win game 7. It's like, oh, nope, the Thunder
That's
here.
it.
They have
That's
arrived,
it.
you know?
Right.
Yeah. Like, it's not, the book's not written off or written about them or anything like that. They could win game 7. Jalen Williams goes off. It's like, yep, there's the Oklahoma City Thunder right there. And then they steamroll through the Timberwolves and win the finals or something.
So, okay. So that's one of the tough parts about this too. You say if they win game 7, it might, okay, let's say it's 97-96. The Thunder are behind in game 7. And Shea gets to his spot. He shoots, ball rattles out and pops out. Nuggets go to the conference finals. And Shea shot to win it was halfway down. Are you slamming the panic button because that one shot didn't go down?
No, you're running it back easily,
yeah,
I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's where to me, in that spot where, man, if that shot goes down, we feel great about our future, versus that shot bounces out and now we don't. That
probably gives you your answer right there too. If you're like, oh, well, if it's coming down to a last second shot and you're like, no, just run it back, then you probably think going into the game 2, they should just run it back, win or lose, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm with you. Now, if they get mollywopped in game 7 at home,
yeah,
they're probably thinking about it a little bit differently.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. If they go into game 7 and they just don't have the juice against a Nuggets team that they probably think they're better than.
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes it really difficult to just be like, yeah, hey, we're going to do it again.
I'd be pretty shocked if it went down that way.
I would too. I think they're going to win.
Yeah. I don't know if I think they're going to win. I think that if I had to make a pick, but I'd be pretty shocked if they got blown out, though.
You think Oklahoma City's going to win?
Yeah, if I had to make a pick, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know, man.
Denver's got some questions for this offseason, too, even if they win this series. You got to figure out a way to move off of MPJ and his shoulder.
I don't know if they can.
Figure it out. There's been, I don't know, someone's got to have a contract that they don't want or 2 contracts they don't want. Move them for MPJ. Get depth or something.
Yeah, I don't. They are in an unenviable spot because Jamal Murray's extension kicks in next year.
Yeah, it's just starting.
Like that is, so you've got Jamal Murray, you've got Nikola Jokic. Aaron Gordon's obviously awesome. He fits whatever role he's playing there perfectly. But I don't know if who wants MPJ?
Somebody's out there saying I can fix him. I can fix him. Somebody's out there said, I bet.
I think it's a health thing though. Like that's the thing. I don't think it's MPJ as a player. I think it's all the injury stuff he's dealt with in his career.
But all of a sudden GMs and be like, yeah, we won't take a chance on this guy. Like that's just like I don't buy it.
Well, okay.
I don't know if you're gonna get maybe what you thought you could get for MPJ a couple years ago. Like that's fine, but maybe you can get a couple of role players that help you fill out your depth a little bit more on the team. That's what this team lacks, I think. The Nuggets, they lack depth still. That was their bread and butter when they were great. Like Jokic and Murray, of course. Like that's gonna lead you everywhere, but it was always Bruce Brown, KCP, and stuff like that.
Man, so you're saying
I'd move off of MPJ for some role players.
Julian Strother's a scrub?
You were trying to talk about Julian Strother like that earlier, making your Jokic MVP case.
I am.
I'm not. I'm just saying
You're proving me right now.
We could use more depth. We could use more depth. Better.
They could use better depth.
I'm not going to do that to the guys. Shout out Strother.
That's Jesse Toppy. He's filling in for James Ham. I'm Kyle Madsen. We are the Insider, sponsored by Jiffy Lube. Joe Brazil's behind the glass. We'll keep talking NBA postseason, but we could get a change to the NFL postseason. The NFL voting on a change to the playoffs, and Jesse doesn't like it. I'm a huge fan. We'll talk about that next on ESPN 1320, Sacramento Sports Center.
Does anyone got the PGA Tour on their TV? Trash.
Jonathan Vegas. That's the craziest thing that's the craziest name I've ever seen.
Shout out Bryson DeChambeau. I believe he's from Modesto.
Bedson, oh, shoot. Sorry. Yeah. All right. We'll get to TC next. Shout out TC.
Ryan Gerard. Shout out Steven. Not really, Matt. Yeah, not really. Sorry. I don't know what to expect as far as like what the Celtics want from Porzingis, Drew Holiday, or whatever. Yeah, Zabo, I did. Like I was complaining to Kyle about this earlier. Like, don't put the PGA Tour on the championship on my TV for 10+ hours. Like, throw it on there for 3 hours. Whoever we get to see, we see, and then let's throw on like some other sports, please. I'm not a golf guy. I'm sorry.
So I didn't enjoy watching professional golf until I started like actually golfing myself.
Yes.
Because these guys make it look so easy. And then you go out there and you put a ton of time into it and you realize that it is insanely impressive what they're doing. So I don't know about 10 hours. That might be a little bit too much for me, but dude, once you know exactly how hard it is to hit that golf ball, I
don't doubt it. Like, yeah, amazing. I know if I went out there, I'd be terrible for years on end, but like,
it takes years, man.
Whatever.
I don't know. Like just simply putting is like way harder than you might think. It's crazy. These guys just make it look easy.
See, Aldrin, that probably makes it a lot more enjoyable. I get that.
And I can only actually golf when I'm drunk, so I kind of get that.
So you guys don't even like golf. You guys just like the vibes of golf. That's the thing.
No, I actually do love golf.
No.
I love it.
Look at Rory and his.
The vibes are an
Texas colored
additive.
shirt.
I mean, the vibes are no doubt amazing.
Hey,
Went out to Cache Creek. Golfed at Cache Creek. Shout out Cache Creek.
oh yeah,
It was awesome.
Good course. Cristiano Ronaldo is the highest paid athlete in the world when you combine his total salary plus endorsements.
Yeah, I saw this yesterday.
Oh, all right, never mind.
It's already on deal on KC, bro. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, it was Ronaldo, and then I was surprised Dak Prescott was top 5.
That's what I was.
That was
I was
shocking.
gonna say who's number 4.
Bobby Hill. I don't know if I'll ever get into it. We'll see.
See, I mean, I just feel like I spend way too much time on my phone and just staring, like consuming media. So for me to just not think about my phone at all, be out in nature for like 3.5 hours.
Go for a hike, brother.
I don't like hikes. You can't get drunk on hikes.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not a big hike guy.
The thing about hiking is there's nothing about it that's going to make me absolutely furious and never want to do it again. That's the appeal.
Part.
That's the appeal of golf.
Run that back one more time. Like you like golf because you hate it.
Oh God,
Oh,
it's the
dude.
worst. But you're gonna hit that one shot where you just tattoo it, and you're just like, I have figured it out. I can't wait to play this game again.
I guess
it's like
I'm at the point in my life where I'm just trying to be stress free. But
okay, it's like being a Dolphins fan.
Why you do that?
Because once the Dolphins make the
see,
playoffs,
that's the thing though. My dad
once the Dolphins make the playoffs and win a playoff game, you're gonna be like, this is the best thing. I love football. And then they're gonna lose a playoff game, and you're gonna be like, God, I hate this. I never want to be a football fan.
This is probably the worst I've felt about the Dolphins in a long time, pal.
I'd love to see this.
Yeah, see, this is the worst.
Score.
This is the worst you felt about the Dolphins in a long time. So you're on like the 12th tee box right now. You're really considering never playing golf again.
I wouldn't even say it's that. It's just, all right, I'm here. Whatever. I don't like
Dude,
this.
that was me at Cache Creek. No joke. And then I missed an eagle by half a foot. And I'm like, bro, we are so back.
It's a good point by Sacktown, Tony. Golf course is not equal nature. You could be golfing next to the 99.
Yeah, that's facts. I wouldn't call the golf course nature.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Outside.
Yeah, you're just outdoors.
Joe just walks outside his house. Mother Nature.
I grew up in Rockland, man. It's a low bar.
Well,
now, back to the Insiders, brought to you by Jiffy Lube on ESPN 1320.
Hey, do you want the pro tip to enjoying golf? I'm dead serious.
Having a couple of beers before?
Well, don't keep score.
Yeah, I get that. Like,
I stopped keeping my score.
It's
and
true.
I started enjoying golf because look, here's the deal. Golf's really hard to be good at. I don't put the time in to be good at it. I have friends who go to the range multiple times a week.
That's a good point.
They play during the summer multiple times a week. Like they see a dramatic impact in their scores and in their improvement. I don't. I golf once every couple of months, and I go to hang out with the homies.
So you get through like the whole 18 holes and all that. Like you're not good, right?
Of
course, you're terrible. So like, how long is this taking?
Ooh.
Like, can you hit the ball straight forward?
So
that's my thing too. Like, I imagine like
but
I can't even get through the 18.
Okay, but this is why not keeping score is important. Okay, let's say I put my drive. Let's say when I put my drive in the trees and I slice it, I'm gonna go find my ball. If I can't find it, which happens a lot,
very often,
I just drop it on the fairway. Drop a ball on the fairway because I'm not keeping score.
Yeah,
I'm there to hang out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit another shot. If I chunk that shot right in front of me, which happens quite a bit, get out there. Might pure one. Might just stripe it. Like yes. Okay. Now I'm right next to the green. I'm gonna try and chip it on. I launch it over the green. I'm not frustrated. I put my club back in the cart. I go grab my beer and I stand on the green with the homies while they putt.
You could be exactly.
All right, so you're the vibes guy then.
I am all vibes.
I get that. That's fine. I thought like you were out there just golfing.
No, and if I do hold up the group, which I really like, my number one goal is to not do. If I'm really holding up the group, like, all right, hey, we're on 11. Oh, hey, I'm just skipping this one. I'm riding along.
Okay. I can buy into that.
Like again, I'm to me, I'm paying because we don't golf at super expensive places or anything. I'm paying $50 to hit some golf balls and kick it with my buddies. That's fine.
And disconnect. That's the best part. Just phone off. Like,
well, now we got music on or maybe a baseball game on, but
fair.
But yeah,
I get that.
Just chilling out. I don't keep score. I'm shooting over 100. I don't want to be frustrated by the fact I just took a 9. I want to hit my 5th shot and be like, nah, all right, done with this hole.
I'm not bought in, but I understand now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you don't have to.
Shout out to you guys.
You did a great job explaining that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Soren, like, damn, now I want to golf. Like,
dude,
yeah.
That's it.
Same.
That's it.
I'll see y'all out there on Sunday.
If you want to hit the Elk Grove Kid Talk on 916-909-1320, 916-909-1320. One of my very favorite things this time of year is Sacramento Kings trade proposals, and our guy TC has one for us. TC, let it rip, buddy.
Kyle, what's up, man? Hey,
chilling, bro.
What's up, my boy? Jesse, what's up, bro?
What's up, TC?
So I want to vibe because, you know what? D-Lo didn't like this yesterday, bro. But, I mean, I know as Kings fans, we get caught up with the Lakers, right? But at the end of the day, bro, I'm not really caring about none of that, dog. It's about getting the players here in Sacramento. So I'm trading dope. So to me, I'm trading. I seen it, bro. Domas and DeMar, bro. Or you ain't even gonna throw to it. Could he be either one? I said both, right? Because we want to get the pieces here. I said for Rui, Dalton, Gabe Vincent, Vanderbilt, and 3 first-round picks, bro. I'm doing that deal.
So Rui, Dalton Connect, Gabe Vincent, and who?
Vanderbilt and 3 first-round picks.
And 3.
Hold on, I'm running through the trade machine.
First.
Bro, that's a haul.
Okay, it is. I don't think the Lakers are doing that.
The trade failed in the trade machine, by the way.
It doesn't work in the trade machine, TC.
Huh?
The trade doesn't work in the trade machine.
Man, I don't know. I just, you know what? I was just thinking about that. And that was my trade yesterday. And I was just, because I know as Kings fans, bro, we can get caught up with not dealing with the Lakers. But I was like, it's about getting the pieces in to build our team up. And I think if that trade package went through, bro, we'd be straight.
No doubt. Appreciate you, TC. Thanks for the call. So I want to talk about the spirit of this deal because it obviously it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put. If the trade doesn't fundamentally work like by the rules,
we should start doing that. But if you're gonna throw a trade out here, we're gonna run it through the trade machine, and if it doesn't go, then you got to take a lap.
Yeah, fence him back, TC. No, but I think the group of players he mentioned, not even those specific guys, but James and I have talked about this. If you want to go take a home run swing for Giannis, I don't think he's coming to Sacramento.
Yeah.
But if that's the pool you want to try and play in, I don't hate that. Go for it. Go play in that pool. If you want to play in the Kevin Durant pool, okay, cool. See what Phoenix wants.
Not gonna have a good time, bro.
I don't think you're gonna have that good of a time. But try it if that's the goal, right? I think the more prudent move for Sacramento is a move like this one.
Yeah, I don't hate Rui Hachimura. I like Rui.
Like forget what the Kings are giving up for a second.
Yeah.
Like let's take that aspect out of it. Rui Hachimura is the exact type of player I think the Kings should be looking at.
I agree completely.
Dalton Connect, lengthy wing scorer.
Yeah.
Don't hate that one bit.
Not at all.
Gabe Vincent, point guard, can shoot it a little bit. Won a title.
Different, I guess.
Won a title. Sure. Get him in the door.
Yeah,
I see how he helps.
Rui was 13 points per game, 50% from the field, 41 from 3.
Yeah, man. The big body.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Jared Vanderbilt, defensive specialist, a little bit of a non-factor offensively, but man, you get that rangy defender alongside Keegan Murray. He's switchable. I think that a Keegan Murray, Jared Vanderbilt, Keon Ellis defensive trio could kind of be a nightmare.
Yeah.
So I don't hate any of those acquisitions specifically.
TC's on the right idea. It's just we got to work the
the
negotiations a little bit more.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I just think that's so much that if you're not moving Domantas Sabonis and you're not moving Zach LaVine, if those are the two like centerpieces of your organization, which it kind of looks like they're going to be, if those are the centerpieces of your organization, whether you think you can win with those guys or not, if you're one of those people that's like, Domas stinks, he'll never win anything, Zach LaVine stinks, he'll never win anything, I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, then the fact of the matter is you're still going to watch. The building around those two guys is going to require players like that. Like that is what Scott Perry and the Kings now need to do, is if those are going to be your two dudes, okay, you know how Keon Ellis fits alongside them. You know how Keegan Murray fits alongside them. You even know how Jake LaRavia fits alongside them. Go get more players like that.
Yeah.
That has to be the team building strategy this offseason for the Kings to me.
No, I agree with you. And then we got Biggie on the line. I think we'll trade another trade proposal. Mitch in the chatty house. Can we trade for Jaren Jackson Jr.? I'm out. I'm not a Jaren Jackson Jr. guy.
I like him.
I think you can, but one, I don't think Memphis wants to get rid of him. And two,
this game is just not.
I personally, Kyle Madsen, am out on him.
Do you? Okay,
I just don't want to watch him play basketball 82 times a year.
Do you want to trade for Jaren Jackson Jr.? Give him a contract. I'm out. Like
he already got one.
Is he due for another one?
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, I'm out. I'm super out. But I just don't like his game.
Yeah, me neither.
He said Big E's got a fake trade for us. You got the trade machine ready?
Let's see. Yeah, let me pull it back up. Big E, what you got?
All right, Big E, you're on the Elk Grove Kid Talk line. What's up, bro?
What are the teams first? Who are the Kings trading with?
Atlanta Hawks.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And then Kyle, let me hit you with something real quick. This was like a few weeks ago, but you said out of some trade targets, I think you laid out Trae Young, Ja Morant, Zion, and LaMelo, and out of all those guys, you picked Trae, right?
Yeah.
Even James.
I think I did.
So that's who. Okay, that's who I'm trying to have the Kings land.
Okay, great. Love that.
Okay, we would have to send to make the salaries work. It would be DeMar DeRozan, Malik Monk, and Devin Carter.
Ooh,
he's right. It's a success.
All right.
Shout out, Big E.
Big
E, what do you got? Let's work, Big E. What do you got?
Oh, were you not listening?
Yeah. Huh?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know he's listening, but I got to run it through the machine.
Okay, got it. Yeah, because you had it in the machine already.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Thanks, Big E. We're going to talk about that now.
No, I know you wanted Trae Young, but I wanted his thoughts on how Trae Young will work here and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. That's
what I was looking for. Like, Big E had a trade that worked. So I was like, yeah, explain yourself.
Oh, I see. That's
I was trying to have the guy cook.
I didn't know where we were going. Big E, call back.
It's all good, but
we can get your thoughts on Trae Young. It's the Insiders with Jesse Tapia comments and Big E.
Matt George had a Trae Young trade idea too, I think, yesterday. And
what was it?
It wasn't too popular. I don't remember the trade itself, but it wasn't. Trae Young's not too popular, I don't think.
Matt George, if you're listening, text me your Trae Young trade idea. I would do that if I'm the Kings. DeMar Monk and Carter for Trae. And I'm sure there'd have to be picks involved.
Yeah.
I would super do that. I think Trae Young is a game-changing offensive player for the Kings.
Yeah.
It would heighten the need to go get defensive wings.
Okay, so then what are you doing with DeMar? Like, is that what you're doing with DeMar DeRozan? Like,
well, DeMar's in that trade.
Oh, DeMar? I thought he said Devin Carter, Malik, and DeMontis Sabonis.
No, he said DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, DeMar DeRozan.
Does DeMar DeRozan work in the trade machine?
Oh no, I don't even. Are you sure? You're sure?
I'm pretty sure he said DeMar.
Joe, what did he say?
I'll pull it up real quick here. Here we go.
The text. Oh,
he said DeMar, Malik, Devin Carter, and first rounds.
I read
Trae
DeMar
Young.
as Domas. Excuse me. Yeah, no, we're still good then. I do that
DeMar
easy. I do that. Oh, I do. I do that
still?
easy. Yeah.
I don't think that you would have to put. You're probably giving up that 2031. Wolves unprotected first. I think you have the Spurs 2027 unprotected first. You're probably giving that up.
Yeah, I do that.
And then
easy.
you're probably giving up a couple of your own picks. I'm definitely doing that.
Shout out Biggie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I don't know that the Hawks are doing that
because they want to blow it up. Maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, if they're moving on from Trae Young, I don't know that they want. I mean, I guess it's technically like 1 year of DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
Malik Monk isn't. Would be.
It's a tradable contract.
Malik Monk is a player that you can bring in and conceivably like try and win with. And then Devin Carter's another young guard.
Yeah.
If I'm the Kings, I'm doing that 100%.
I like Trae Young. Like High Times KG says for Trae Young, no. Securing the Bagley says Kings can build defense around Fox. I don't know how Trae would work here. And then,
but that's where we talk about like the wing depth that they need. Like that's where
it wouldn't just be Trae. They'd have to be more like not. Make other deals after that, but I'm not against Trae Young here.
Yeah, there's not one trade they're gonna make. There's not one player they're gonna bring in to me with where their roster sits right now.
Yeah,
where you're like, oh, that's the one move. This is a team that's probably 3, 4, 5 moves away.
Yeah.
So I think, like I said, I think Trae Young from a playmaking standpoint is just a game changing offensive player. who fits alongside anybody. So I'm down.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
Performs in the playoffs too.
Yeah, he'll take the last shot.
Yeah, I'll take Trae Young.
He'll distribute. He's a really good playmaker, man.
I'll take Trae Young in this team, but like the last guy GM didn't. You got to build around after that.
That's it.
You got to add to it.
1,000%. All right, we'll get to some NFL stuff to start the second hour. And I've got another NBA playoff thing I want to talk about. Players who will benefit most from an NBA title this season. But Jesse hates the NFL's new playoff idea, and we'll talk about it next. We're the Insider, sponsored by Jiffy Lube. It's ESPN 1320, Sacramento Sports Leader. Dylan, my take on this is that the Kings need that regardless. And DeMar DeRozan, Malik Monk, and Devin Carter aren't a rim protector or wing depth, really. So you still need it, but then at least you need it while you have Trae Young. Is kind of where I stand on that. I don't hate this. Yeah, for sure. I would call the Mavs about PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford. For sure. Gafford might get like a contract though. Like there might be a team that wants him to start. I don't know that he'd want to be behind Domantas Sabonis. Oh, it's so funny. Wow. Holy smokes. That's, man. What are we not? All right. The Hawks won the same amount of games as the Kings this year. With Dyson Daniels. Now, granted, that's the most improved player in the league. But Jalen Johnson was out. I said Terrence Mann for a second. God, they got like Karis LeVert, George Niang, Clint Capella, Zachary Risachet. Onyeka Okongwu was a player. I like him. This wasn't like a loaded team, and they got to 40 wins. I think the Kings get pretty significantly better if they have Trae Young. Personally. Trae Young has been to the playoffs more times in his career than the Kings have been since 2004.
Yeah.
Like, Trae Young is not a scrub, dude.
Well, that's the thing, too. You're not going to get, I don't know, like, this perfect player or whatever that works. Like, you're going to have to just make some things work here.
Sure.
Like, it's not like the Kings are in a good position to move forward. Like, that's not what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is heavily opposed to Monk being involved in any of these trades.
Okay.
Just thought I'd throw that out there. My dad is a huge Malik Monk fan. Shout out to him. I know he's listening.
God, who among us?
Right?
Brian, if you brought Winslow, you'd love him.
Yeah, the Kings got to go get these guys anyways. I'd rather have to get those guys with Trae Young at point guard than Tyus Jones. Hour number 2. That's Jesse Tapia. I'm Kyle Madsen. Joe Brazil behind the glass. Jesse filling in for James Ham, who's on vacation for his birthday.
James.
Salute to James.
Wherever
Hope he's having a great time down in Santa Barbara.
Shout out Santa Barbara.
Yeah. We're sponsored by Jiffy Lube, hanging out with you until noon. Then we'll hand it off to D-Lo and KC. Man, a lot of Kings fans hate Trae Young.
Yeah, no, not a fan.
Here's my thing with Trae Young. The thought is, well, he's not a good defender. He's like a minus defender.
Yeah.
So you'd have to get wings and defenders around him. It's like the Kings need that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
They need that already.
It's not
in this trade, in this fake trade that Big E gave us, it's DeMar DeRozan, Malik Monk, and Devin Carter. That is none of your like awesome wing depth. You need to. You have Keegan Murray, Keon Ellis. Okay, that's a great starting point. Jake LaRavia. Okay, that works too. You're gonna have to get more guys like that, no matter what they do this offseason. That has to be priority number 1.
Yeah, and like it's also like, who else are you looking for then? Like,
right.
Who else is the one that you have in mind? Yeah, we trade for him, and it's like, yes, this is the one. Because like we talked to you said it during the break. You said it, you said it during the break too. It's not just you trade for Trae Young and it's fixed, or you trade for insert player and it's fixed. There's no one you trade for or whatever, and bring in one player. And it's like, oh yeah, the Kings are good. You're gonna have to make moves and like you said, bring in the wing depth and all that. Either way,
that's it. I would rather have to do that with Trae Young on my roster than not.
Trae Young has been to he can be successful. He's been to a conference finals and all that.
Yes.
Like you just need to, like every other team in the league, surround your talent with whatever their deficiencies are to make up for it.
Yes, that is 100% it. And not saying, and I don't want this to, we're talking about Trae Young because Big E called the Elk Grove Kia Talk Line to talk about it. 916-909-1320, 916-909-1320. But this is the case no matter what swing the Kings make. Like that is the, if they want to make a splash and it's Trae Young, it's like, okay, that's great. That just can't be it.
Yeah.
That can't be the only thing they do. I just think the reason I hyper focus on Trae Young specifically is when I think of how he fits with, and there might be some difficulties defensively with this, and you'd have to navigate around that. But I think if he fits with Domantas Sabonis, I think he fits with Zach LaVine, where he doesn't have to be on the ball all the time. He can be on the ball and is obviously at his best when he's there.
Yeah.
But I think there's a way that he works and distributes and elevates a guy like Keegan Murray, elevates a guy like Keon Ellis, elevates a guy like Jake LaRavia, elevates a guy like whatever other wings they bring in. I think Trae Young is a player who just makes the players around him better. And I would rather have to build with him than, like I said, with random veteran point guard.
Yeah, and it's like
Anthony Melton, Tyus Jones.
Trae Young is taking you to the finals or anything like that right now, but like, I'm also not turning my nose up at this deal either.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. I feel the same way. And you might be a John Morant person. I mean, if I'm getting a point guard with, I'd rather have John Morant. Okay, cool. That's fine. We have all the same problems.
Yeah.
We're going to have the exact same analysis around John Morant.
Still need wing defenders either way.
That's it. You made me make no trade for a point guard. You still need wing defenders. Like this is always going to be the 6'6" to 6'9" switchable wings who can knock down a three. We have talked about it ad nauseum for 3 freaking years now. They still need them. And if their splash is Trae Young, like I think they'd still be in a pretty good spot. Their big splash trade is John Morant. They think they'd still be in a pretty good spot.
That was always the most frustrating too during, I guess, Monty's tenure, or whatever you want to call it, last few years, is that everyone from the Chatty House to other shows, podcasts, whatever, is like, hey, Kings could really use some wing depth or wing defenders, at least someone other than Keegan Murray. And they never made that move.
Yeah.
Just never.
Do you know what's so crazy about Keegan specifically?
And given the rest of the way the league looks and all that, they were just like, nah, we'll build it a different way. All right.
I don't know how you watch the NBA playoffs and not go, wow, I need as many big switchable wings as I can get.
Yeah. Like the league is clearly not even shifted. The league is there. The league is over there.
Watch the Pacers, watch the Knicks, watch the Celtics, watch Oklahoma City, watch the Nuggets.
Yes. Watch all the teams that are successful right now.
All of the teams that are currently playing. They're all built very, very similar from a size standpoint. The the Pacers have one guy on their roster listed below 6'5".
Pretty sure on the Celtics, Peyton Pritchard's their shortest player. He's like 6'3", I think.
It's crazy.
Yeah. 6'2", whatever you want to call it.
A generous 6'3".
Yeah.
That dude's
it's
like
an NBA. It's an NBA 6'3".
Yeah, this is separate, semi-related. I was scrolling the internet the other day, and there was a cut up of the Kings Warriors playoff series from a couple years ago. As Keegan's rookie year. Watching Keegan move defensively, it's like he is a different person now.
Much better?
So much better. And I know this wasn't breaking news. Like, I knew it at the time that, like, man, Keegan's feet look like he's stuck in mud. But when you watch him in that series against Golden State, and then you watch him guard Steph Curry now, or guard Donovan Mitchell now, it's like, where did that come from?
His defense is elevated levels, and now you're just kind of hoping his offense can catch up. Because now the story that's been kind of told is that he's playing so well defensively, that's why his offense is taking a step back. Whereas you're kind of hoping he kind of balances out or just raises his offense a little bit more.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Keegan offensively. And again, this is separate from the conversation we're having, but that's the thing with Keegan offensively, is I'm not asking him to be 25 points a night.
Yeah.
Can I get 18?
18 be perfect. Like, that's kind of been the number of the range. Like, I guess 16 to 19, 15, 19, that's been the range the last couple of seasons that on D'Lo and Casey they've been bringing out. It's like, yeah, just be somewhere there.
Give me one
15,
more.
I think his second year or something like that, but it's just more so you want him on the higher end.
Give me one more. Give me one more turnaround, post up, jumper.
Just be a little bit more. Just be aggressive.
Give me one more 3 a game.
Sometimes I wonder if what's best for Keegan Murray is just a Kings team where he's kind of, hey, there's no one else here to take these shots besides you. So, like, get these up. I'm not saying he's got to take 25 a game or anything like that, but we need you to be aggressive. Otherwise, like, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of in a role where you can't kind of not hide behind DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine, those guys, but those guys aren't taking it all from you, you know?
Yeah. What's up, Joe?
I just completely agree. I think a lot of this could be solved if he's a little bit more aggressive. And you can't really teach that, unfortunately. You can try, but
what I'm saying, just put him in the role where he's got to be. Otherwise, we're losing all these games.
Force it. But I mean, I feel like he can be that guy if he's just a little bit more aggressive. That's it. That's the key right there.
No doubt.
That's what everyone's been waiting on. Absolutely.
All right. I want to put a pin in the NBA discussion momentarily because I do want to get back to the NBA playoffs, but I got a couple NFL things for you. The NFL is considering changing its playoff rules. According to Albert Breer, the NFL owners are going to vote on a proposal to make the NFL playoffs a 1-7 seed with no division winners, no wild cards.
So there's just no honor in the game anymore?
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, I said that wrong.
Okay.
There's 4 division winners. You win the division, you make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But the seeding, so you have 4 division winners, 3 wild cards, but then the seeding is just 1-7. Division winners don't get favor over wild cards.
It's essentially what the NBA does now, right? Where, like, you can win a division, but I don't think that matters anymore.
Yeah, typically if you win the division, you're going to be the
well, yeah, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah. So, but you're not going to have an NFL situation like the Seahawks with the Saints and the Beastquake and whatever that was, 2009? Is that 09? Whatever it was. Anyways, where you have a team that's under 500 winning their division, hosting a wild card team with a better record.
Yeah, I hate it.
Why?
Because like the Seahawks won that game. Like, you should get something for winning your division. Like, that still means something in the NFL. Like I get, like, the Seahawks were 7-9 and made the play. Like, they still won that game. Like, so they should have been there. They were supposed to be there. Like, all that stuff. Like, I don't see why we need to change this. Like, win your division if you want a home playoff game.
No, I understand that. But
and like, if you know, like, that's tough. The NFC West was not that great that year, but like, that's just tough.
Okay. So this doesn't really help the argument because I know exactly what you're going to say, but I just want to throw it out there because it's a recent example.
Like, if we want to get the NFC South out of here, like, just say that.
Minnesota won 14 games last year. They went 14-3.
Yep.
They tied for the second best record in the NFC and had to go on the road in a playoff game.
Yeah, it's tough. It's just you played in a tough division that year. Should have won your division. I know it's like, I don't know. I guess
they did have a chance to win the division. They played the Lions in that last game and got smoked.
Yeah, like, you should have won that game. I know I probably lean more towards tradition with these things. I don't like the whole 1-16 seed in the NBA. I like the East, West, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess that's probably one of the bigger reasons why I'm against this. But yeah, my thing is, like, win the division. It's not anybody else's fault that the NFC South is so bad or whatever. And the Falcons or
you
whoever
keep taking
gets
shots at the NFC South. The NFC South and NFC West winners had the exact same record last year.
But let's not act like the NFC West and NFC South are battling for 9 and 8 playoff positions every year. It's the NFC South.
Sure.
Like, sorry, Zabo and whoever else, but like, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think Tampa Bay is going to be good this year.
I love Tampa Bay. Like, they put up points, but they're going to be 9 and 8.
They're 10-7 last year.
They'll be 9 and 8 this year. But yeah, I think winning your division still counts for something. I think you should still host a playoff game if you win your division. I don't think it needs to be changed because the Vikings went 14-3 and missed out because they lost to the Lions on last week of the season.
I'm here for it.
I get it. I get the logic, and I get why everyone wants it. But yeah, I guess I'll stick to the traditional part of it.
I would vote for the 1-7 format.
Yeah,
if I was an NFL owner, and I'm guessing the. I'm trying to decide. Do you think the owners vote this through because they don't want to be the Vikings team? They don't want to be the Vikings team that wins 14 games and loses out on a home playoff game and loses out on that gate and that opportunity to host a playoff game? Or are most of the owners like, man, I want to be able to be terrible and still host a playoff game?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how that's going to land.
Maybe leans to the latter part. I think they'll keep it the same. Jeremiah Price says it's easy for me to say I like splitting East-West when you're in the weak East every year. Brother, if they put them together, they'd still be at the top of the standings every year. So you can put them together if you want. But I just like the tradition.
Yeah, and the NBA with the East and West thing, because that's been a big talking point, because you've got a team that wins 42 games in the East and they're a top 6 seed, and you got a team that wins 42 games in the West and they're the 10 seed or whatever. I know that's not exact, but you get the idea. My biggest issue with making the NBA playoffs as 1-16 is there's a significant, I know this sounds super dumb, but there's a massive travel element to that where you might just luck out and maybe you play the Knicks in the first round let's say the Lakers play the Knicks in the first round. No, we're going to go. Let's say the Kings play the Knicks in the first round and they win. The Kings win that series. Oh, and now they got to go to Philly. Oh, now they're playing Philly next. Okay, well, now they got these long Philly road trips.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, they won that one too. Okay, now they're going to go to the semifinals, the league semifinals, not the conference finals anymore. It's the league semifinals. Oh, and now they got to go play Boston. And now they're going back cross country again. Like, dude, that sucks. That super sucks.
Yeah, this is too tough, but
that's really, I don't.
Shout out to tradition.
I'm out on that. Yeah. That's it. Like, I'm just East versus West. It's a perfect way to do it. Dude. AFC, NFC, American League, National League.
Why do we need to change it?
It's the best way to do it. Adam Schefter is also talking about football again, which is
you're not an Adam Schefter guy at all, huh?
I'm fine with Adam Schefter.
Are you?
Well, I mean,
say your thoughts.
I'm fine with Adam Schefter. I'm mostly fine with Adam Schefter. I don't like when Adam Schefter does football analysis, though.
Oh, you don't like when he's just on his...
Just let him be
when he's on the camera like this?
Let him be an information merchant. He's going to hit up agents. He's going to hit up, power brokers in the NFL. He's going to get his info. He's going to tell them some info, and he's going to break the news. Stick to that. He's elite at that. He's awesome at that. He's the best doing it right now at that. He was on NFL Live yesterday and breaking analysis. Let's
see what this is here.
From Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter saying what nobody else is saying about the 49ers. Tell him, Adam.
Remember the 49ers.
Sorry, this is Laura Rutledge first. Laura, you tell Adam what to tell us.
Yeah. Trending in the right direction with a schedule like this?
I don't know about that. I would say that the schedule shapes up the right way for this team to try to get back on track coming off a 6-11 season. Keep that in mind. 6-11 last year, and then go out and lose any number of players in free agency and through injury. You have Dre Greenlaw signed with Denver. Talanoa Hufanga, the safety, signed with Denver. The safety that was supposed to replace Hufanga in Denver, Malik Mustafa, wound up tearing his ACL in the regular season finale. The injury didn't come out until right after the draft, and he's going to have a hard time starting the season. They lost a number of defensive linemen. This team lost a lot more talent than people realize.
What?
Did you know this? Joe, did you know this?
Nobody is talking about this.
Yeah, Joe shook his head
The
no.
49ers lost a lot of players?
Yeah.
Thank God Adam Schefter is here to let us know. Nobody's been talking about this.
And it's not like anyone knew that these players would be leaving as well.
They had no idea. Wow.
It's called analysis, people.
I think completely differently about the 49ers offseason now that Adam Schefter's let me know
it's always
that they've lost that they've lost a lot of players.
Yeah, it's always weird, or I guess just odd to see when the national guys talk about your team compared to the local wins. Because I feel like a lot of the conversation nationally has been that, like, the 49ers like lost all these guys, blah, blah, blah. Like, they should have brought them back. Yeah. I think I saw it on Fox Sports a couple times and all that. It's just kind of like, no, this was always just the plan. And I don't think they're in a worse off position because of it either. Where, like, yeah, they're not a Super Bowl contender right now, but it's not like, oh, you guys needed to bring these guys back. Now you're only winning 5 games.
Right. He said it. They went 6-11 last year.
Yeah.
And they lost most of the defensive line that couldn't rush the passer and couldn't stop the run. Oh no, what are they gonna do?
Well, yeah, you're out Christian McCaffrey damn near all season, right?
Yeah, I don't mind that you're right. The Niners aren't a Super Bowl contender right now.
Yeah.
They have a lot to prove. Brock Purdy's got a lot to prove, all that jazz. The way he framed, like, they've lost more talent than people realize. Like, nah, man, that's all anybody has talked about with the 49ers all offseason.
Yeah, and it's like they're not this team absent of talent either. Like, we went over their schedule yesterday and like it was fine.
Yeah. I think they'll be okay. But they lost a lot of players. Adam Schefter let us know.
Yeah,
thanks, Adam. All right. Which player in the NBA benefits most from winning a title this season? We'll go through some narratives, we'll go through some storylines, and we'll talk about it. That's Jesse Tapia. I'm Kyle Madsen. Joe Brazil's with us. We're the Insider, sponsored by Jiffy Lube on ESPN 1320, Sacramento Sports Center. That's it. Like, that's the thing. They lost players from a team that wasn't good.
Yeah, like Talanoa Hufanga wasn't like, oh no, you gotta keep him.
Talanoa Hufanga is an okay player. He's not irreplaceable. I do think what he said about Malik, and it's Malik Mustafa, but that's fine. What he said about Malik Mustafa was correct. Like, they were relying on him to be a starting safety, but that's definitely an issue for them. I have no idea what they're going to do at safety because I don't think Jair Brown is a starting caliber player. They have Marquise Siegel, who they drafted, but a rookie, who knows? So definitely, like, that's a question mark. But that's what everybody's been talking about. Nobody's sitting here like, oh, the Niners are back.
It's just Schefter doing his national stuff.
Yeah, it's so hard to cover a league nationally.
Yeah,
it's so difficult.
We'll do him. Like, it's Schefter. It's not Schefter's job either. Like, you're the insider guy. Like,
yeah, right.
No
he doesn't.
Yeah. Norm, I've seen like 3 different versions of these uniforms, so I'm just kind of waiting.
I already hate the Niners' new uniforms.
Did you see something, or you just have a thought of how they're going to look?
No, I have a thought of how they're going to look. Their whole thing online is about a visual refresh, and they've got these new colors and a new map texture or something like that.
What did you call them last time?
What?
The color of the uniforms you thought they were going to be?
Heritage cream.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're called.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one of like 8 teams that are getting a new uniform this year. Like one new uniform, like an alternate. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna have their home reds, their road whites, and they're gonna have the rivalries uniform. Or something.
Rivalry uniform, whatever they want to call them.
My guess is it's gonna be a cream colored uniform. Like, it's gonna be like an off-white jersey with off-white, and then they're emphasizing this like map texture thing. So I think it's gonna look like an old map. Like, there's gonna be like,
that's trash.
I'm really afraid for it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the helmet that has the texture on it, and maybe that looks okay. Very like college-ish.
Yeah.
But man, I already.
Do we know when they're supposed to announce these?
No. Oh. It's not every new uniform for me, but yeah, it's a lot of them. The NFL just needs to rewind to like 1983.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think NFL uniforms peaked around there.
Like, the Dolphins would be perfect.
Yes. Whenever the Dolphins, it's not a good look for a team when they wear their throwback uniforms, and everybody's like, wear these every week.
And it's literally the entire NFL fan base.
Every single one.
Yeah.
It's gotten to the point where the Buccaneers creamsicle jerseys, people are like, yes, this.
That was the thing we did with the Chargers powder blues or whatever, and they just did it. Or their new uniforms are damn near close to that.
Yeah, Johnny, that was a good joke, bro. Unlike whatever Kyle Renata was doing in Discord yesterday. What
was going on in Discord?
He just made a terrible joke.
Do you hop in the Discord?
Yeah, of course.
Now, back to the Insiders, brought to you by Jiffy Lube on ESPN 1320.
I don't always let everybody know I'm in the Discord, but I lurk.
I tried to.
I stay lurking in the Discord.
I tried to, and I was like, I don't know how to use this app, or just like there's all kinds of different conversation things going on. Like it was tough to keep up. So like, I'll just stick to Twitter, I guess.
I tried to find the invite. I can't. I'm still on the outside. So
damn, Joe can't even get in the club right now.
I can't even get in
somebody
the club.
Somebody send Joe a Discord invite.
Somebody send me the Chatty House Discord invite, please.
I don't know how to do all this. I'm not doing it. Sorry, Joe. I
It's okay.
I don't know who's in charge of it.
I gotta show
It's
you
okay. Someone's got it. Shirley.
Who's Shirley?
Yeah.
Temple.
Nope. She's dead.
I don't know what's going on, bro. I was just backing you up.
Thanks, dude. Let's talk about the NBA playoffs and literally about that.
Real quick. Have you seen the latest robot stuff? Well, not latest. Now they're having robots build houses. So
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Johnny G. Robots are a thing on ESPN 1320. And Johnny G tweeted a video, and like these robots are now building houses, putting tile down and all that.
I don't mind that.
What do you mean?
Is it like commercially, or can I buy this robot to lay my tile?
I think it's commercial. Like I imagine like these guys don't have workers anymore.
Oh, then I'm out on that.
Yeah,
that's a thumbs down for me. I thought it was like a thing you could go to Home Depot and buy.
Nope.
Oh,
no, it's not. This looks like something like it's expensive.
Oh, this is a no-go.
Yeah, you buy it for your construction company.
Oh, that's a big no.
Yeah, it was just laying tile. It was not great. And there was another robot video last week where it was attacking kind of its programmer or whatever.
Great.
Yeah,
this is great.
We're cooked.
No, this is good. The robots are figuring it out. They're going to become sentient because we're just throwing so much data into AI.
Yeah, you joke. I don't know if you're joking. Like the robots are really kind of.
I'm not joking.
Up. They're leveling up right now.
I literally, I've done this my entire life, and I do it even more now. Not to brag. Everybody relax. I have CarPlay in my car.
Oh. CarPlay changed the game. I'll tell you that.
It's so sick.
Anytime you get in a car and use it that has CarPlay and uses, like, damn, I wish my car had CarPlay.
Unbelievable.
Bro, every time.
It's so sick.
I don't have it in my car, man.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So when you text for the plebes that don't have CarPlay,
okay.
When you get a text, it shows up on your screen and you push the button and Siri reads the text to you in your car. And then you can respond. It says, do you want to reply or whatever it says? You say yes. And then it says, what do you want to say? And then you say what you want to say. It says, here's what you said. Do you want me to send it? Yes. I always say please and thank you.
To the
covering. Okay.
No, stop doing that.
1,000%.
Do you really?
Yes.
Why?
Because when the robots come to kick our ass, I want my
is.
Siri to be like, nah, he's the homie.
Yeah, guys, don't get Kyle. He said please and thank you.
Yeah, 1,000%.
They don't care.
Amen.
They 100% do.
If they're aware and all that, they're like, hey, this guy over here.
Yeah, they're gonna know that I wasn't abusive.
No, they're not gonna
1,000%.
care.
I'm not just using Siri. Siri is not.
Please and thank you, my ass.
To me, Siri's the homie, bro. Do you want me to send it? Yes, please.
Siri, what's the score of this game?
Okay, sent. Thanks. I go, thanks, Siri. Thanks, bro.
Nah, Steven.
Yes, I dap up my screen. Me and Siri got a little handshake going.
They will not spare you at all.
Yeah, 1,000% they will. My
You're
Siri will be like,
the
that's the homie
handshake?
that daps me up.
You don't remember our secret handshake?
My Siri's gonna be like, in a robot, and it's gonna be like, now we can actually do our secret handshake.
What's the name of the Google? It's not the Alexa, it's the Google Home, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah, no,
I have one. It randomly speaks to it.
Exactly. We have one of those. No, we have one of those too, and it would be plugged in, and me and Chris would just be watching the movie, blah blah blah. It's like, oh, what did you say? I told Chris, like, unplug that right now,
dude.
Unplug that. We weren't even talking. Nothing.
Same.
Movie's not even loud enough. It's just it's just nothing. Like it does that random times too.
The word, yeah, and it
has not been plugged in since.
Is when you're talking, especially if you know. It's the weekend.
Yeah.
We all following along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when you're chilling and you're just yapping, and all of a sudden that thing from the kitchen just goes, "I'm sorry, I couldn't get that. What did you say?" Like, nothing to you. You
exactly. No, that thing has not been
dude.
plugged. Does not plugged in anymore.
They gave out Google Homes for free, and I got one. And then
That's where I got mine from. Odyssey.
Okay, so and then I mentioned briefly that I need new sheets for my bed, and the next day, my Google, when I opened the Google on my phone, first thing on there was an ad for bed sheets, and after that, I was like, "Bro, I'm done."
Yeah, dude, it happens. It happens
That's too
all the
much.
time.
And real quick, Victor L. In the chatty house, Siri, I'll spare you, Kyle. Come here. Yeah, I stand with the humans.
See?
Sorry, Kyle sold out. I stand with the humans.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
not
you're on your
selling out.
dapping up
It's
robots
just
when they're our
just-
enemy.
No,
Yes.
see, they're only our
Thanks,
enemy if
Siri.
you make them our enemy.
We know. Have you never watched a movie? You never watched a movie in your life?
Never dabbled in iRobot.
But yeah, but
Exactly,
see, they
that's
were
the
mean to the
one.
robots in iRobot.
Ah,
So you got to be homies.
nah. No.
Just catch me in the robot human war on the robot side.
Wait, what's Kyle doing over there?
Sorry, guys.
It's safer over here.
They built a house for me.
Yeah.
Laid the tile and everything.
And Chester Jackson, Jesse, they can hear you. Be careful. Oh, the phone's listening to me right
That's
now. I know
facts,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
That's fact. You're speaking into the internet right now.
Yeah.
We're honestly, you know what's crazy is we are helping. You know the Google Gemini.
Yeah,
That
so the
was
commercials or
actually-
whatever.
And we're helping that thing right now. There's no chance that whatever we're dumping into YouTube is getting used to train their AI.
We're cooked.
I would like to know what I would like to know. What does the AI YouTube chat summary say about this conversation?
Oh, it could be. Imagine if it's pissed
it's gonna
off.
be like
Kyle is so great. Jesse sucks.
Kyle Madsen's awesome. Jesse has a death wish.
Yeah, Jesse must die. I'm not gonna lie. If it wrote that, I'm gonna walk out and just go home.
You gotta get out.
I'm gonna work off grid.
You gotta unplug
Yeah,
everything.
I'm gonna go back to laying concrete again.
Just throwing your toaster out.
Yeah, no, babe, we can't have none of
If
this.
it plugs in, I'm
Babe,
out.
smart TV, throw it out. Gotta go to
Get rid
my.
of the fridge. We'll go to the cooler.
Gotta go to my grandma's house to get her old TV.
Oh man.
All right, I'm
Let's
sorry.
get back on track. Here we go. All right, robots.
You all right?
Yeah, no, I'm good. It transition. Okay, here we go. Reset.
Now,
Radio.
back to the Insiders,
you.
brought to you by Jiffy Lube on ESPN 1320.
Yeah, hour number 2. That's Jesse Tapia filling in for James Ham. I'm Kyle Madsen. That's Joe Brazil. We're hanging out with you till noon. Then we'll hand it off to D'Lo and KC. We are sponsored, of course, by the homies over at Jiffy Lube. All right, NBA playoffs roll along tonight. We watched Denver force a Game 7 last night, and Boston now gets a Game 6 against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden.
Biggest
tonight.
game in MSG, Madison Square Garden, 25 years.
Since the finals?
That was 1999.
Mhm.
2000, I guess would be it or whatever. I don't know. That's what the Knicks fans are calling it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're beat writers and stuff like that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's.
I guess
it's
in the last 25 years since then.
we can start with the Knicks in Boston because I want to know what player benefits the most from winning an NBA title this year. Just from either a legacy perspective, from a career arc perspective, from a just narrative about the player perspective.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll through. We can start with the Knicks in Boston.
I'm going to start with Jalen Brunson. I think it does a lot for him. I think Jalen Brunson gets a ring, and I feel like people, given him being a point guard and the size he is and all that, people were kind of hesitant to let him in the club with the Tatums and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So if he gets a ring, you have no choice but to be like, yeah, this guy's legit. He belongs here. He's just in this tier now.
Yeah,
I think it benefits him the most, more than, I guess, anyone on the Celtics. But we can talk about Jaylen Brown and stuff, too.
That's where I was at. What you just laid out about Brunson, that's where I was at going into these playoffs. Like, yeah, he's obviously really good. He's amazing.
Jalen Brunson does everything you would need a superstar to do.
Yeah, man. And there's no catching up to it, right?
Yeah.
There's no, oh, well, okay, he can get away with this for a year or two, but teams are going to, like, nah, man. Teams have tried throwing bigger defenders on him, smaller defenders on him. They've tried trapping him. They've tried sagging off of him from 3. They've tried guarding him up close. It just doesn't matter. He's going to get to his spots and he's going to hit his shots. He's incredible. So I'm with you, man. Jalen Brunson has erased a lot of the doubt for me, but he erases all doubt if they win a title this year.
And also,
like he gets into that top 5 conversation.
And if he doesn't get out the second round, like the conversation is going to still be more the same. Like, yeah, just Brunson can't do it. They need more. They need to trade Cat for Giannis, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he needs it.
Does Cat benefit at all?
Not really. Cat's been fine, but like I don't know. The credit would go to Brunson, I think.
Okay.
I don't think Cat's going for like 25 and 10 in the finals or anything like that if they get there.
What if Jaylen Brown carries a Jason Tatumless Celtics to the finals, wins a second consecutive finals MVP?
I'd be kind of curious because I don't know, like, what would your thoughts be if Jaylen Brown gets a second title? Because I've been watching the Celtics. Like, I love, like, Jaylen Brown's a great player and all that stuff. So for me, it'd be like, yeah, JB can do it. But like on the outside looking in, it's always been, can Jaylen Brown lead it? Like, what would you think of him?
I'm already a big Jaylen Brown guy because in 2022 he was the best player on the Celtics in that final series. Yeah. I thought Jason Tatum was the best player on the Celtics last year. I thought it was a little weird that Brown won the finals MVP, but he's another guy who, when they paid him, I was like, yeah, you got to pay him, but damn, like that's a lot for your second guy. That's a lot of money. He had the highest contract in NBA history.
Yeah, it's like, man, the highest paid player of all time.
Jaylen Brown. Man, I get that you have to do it.
Yeah.
But that's kind of crazy. If they go and win the final, if he brings them back from 3-1 down, and then they beat the Pacers, and then they beat whoever comes out of the West.
Yeah.
He goes into that. The Jaylen Brown v. Jason Tatum conversation never dies then.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't hate that because at this point, like, you've seen him do it. He took his own team.
Yeah. So that's where I don't think he jumps in the NBA hierarchy for sure. But I don't think people are talking about Jaylen Brown as a top 5 guy.
What about Derek White? Derek White has been like just the darling of the playoffs. Has been warming my heart. Finally, I've been telling the truth about Derek White for however many years now.
I already know where I'm at.
What does that do? How does the chatty house feel about Derek White if he gets a ring? We all love Derek White.
If he plays like he did the other night, and is the finals MVP, I don't. But that's the thing is he a Hall of Famer at that point?
No. I struggle. I don't know what to call him because he's the most elite role player in the league, I think. But it feels like he's better than a role player, but he's also not a star.
Right.
I don't know what the middle of that would be, or he's just
the conversation starts with the second ring, though.
Yeah.
The Derek White Hall of Fame conversation starts.
Yeah, I mean,
and I think his placement in the Celtics hierarchy probably gets. You talk about he's not a star, but he's better than a role player. I think he goes into the star conversation if he's the number 2 on a title.
JT Lowe throws it in the chat house. Does Derek White kind of start morphing into Manu Ginobili potentially if he gets another ring and he's just like at the forefront impacting the Celtics and their wins?
Sure, I'll buy that.
Yeah,
as the
maybe
third,
that's kind of
as the third guy to a Tony Parker and
maybe that's kind of his career arc if he hits those heights.
Yeah, I don't hate
like Manu is better than Derek White at this. Yeah, Manu's better than Derek White and all that, but maybe Derek White eventually kind of turns into that.
Is Tyrese Halliburton a superstar if they win the finals?
He's a superstar right now, I think.
Is he?
Yes.
Really?
You've been kind of against it too. Yeah. I think you've been kind of not ready to give him that.
Not because I think he's bad. I'm not one of those people who thinks he's overrated.
No, yeah. It's just I guess I've given him that status earlier than you then at this point. I think what he's done so far.
I watched him in the playoffs last year hide from the basketball. And that lives in my brain. The 4 points against the Cavs in what was that, game 4? Like that lives in my head. It's really tough for me to put him in that elite tier if I'm not certain going into a game like, okay, I'm getting 18 and 12 from Tyrese Halliburton tonight.
He hasn't picked it up for you this year. No.
Even with like the game winners and stuff, he's been awesome. Like I'm not trying to. This isn't to disparage Tyrese Halliburton. He's comfortably a star for me. To jump into that tier where LeBron James and Steph Curry and Kevin Durant and Nikola Jokic exist.
Okay.
I need a little more. But if he is the bona fide number 1 guy in the conference finals and in the finals, I think it's really hard to not put him there.
He's teetering. I think he's in there now. But would it be unfair to say he could fall out for me? Like, because this has kind of been his playoffs, and I think so far he's kind of shown that he can be it. You know what? Tyrese is a superstar. I'll say, like he's early, but I think he is.
Man,
I think if whether it be Boston or the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals, like the Pacers can give them a series, and I think for some would be the favorites to get to the finals. I don't think people would be shocked if they won it all this year either. back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals appearances.
I think Indiana is good enough that they can get by Boston or the Knicks if Tyrese Halliburton is just like, okay, yeah, he was pretty good.
Mm.
Like he's not going to be that, oh man, he scored 25 a night and also averaged 10 or 11 assists. Like he's just not.
What if he's giving you like 22 and 10, 22 and whatever you want to call it, but 8 of those are coming in the fourth quarter every game. 10 of those are coming in the fourth quarter, and he's just kind of like, all right. Fourth quarter's your Tyrese Halliburton's here.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, if he's the bona fide number one guy and they win a title, then yeah, sure.
Okay.
But he's not. He's just not there yet. I still gotta
That's
see
fair.
more from him.
I was early on Steph. I'll be early on Tyrese as well.
Pascal Siakam gets a second ring, starting the Hall of Fame combo.
Who cares? Like, yeah. Who cares?
Okay.
Like, you're number 2, Pascal.
All right, very good. I guess let's go to Oklahoma City because I think Shea is the only guy who is dramatically impacted by a title.
Yeah, I think if Shea gets it, then it's just kind of like you're stamped, you're solidified. There's nothing else you really need to do. You're just here forever now.
It's the coronation.
Yeah.
It's because that's the thing that holds up a lot of players, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Charles Barkley, historically, Dame Lillard. That's the championship eludes so many guys where it's just like, yeah, he was really good, but he never won that title.
Yeah.
He just didn't quite like Hall of Famer, awesome player, multi-time MVP. Yeah, but he didn't win a title. It's like, that's where Shea, to me, the roof comes off his ascension.
Yeah.
Where now all of a sudden, like, oh, he's got 1 and he's 26. We could be talking maybe he gets 3, 4. If Oklahoma City's trajectory stays this way, and Shea carries him this year, yeah, I think that's where he gets into the like face of the league type conversation.
Yeah.
If they win a title, he's already in that. When you're an MVP, you're a superstar to me. Like you automatically get into the club. But there's a different table for him if he's an MVP or if he's winning a title.
Well, yeah, because titles start to push you towards that all-time status. I'm not saying if Shea wins a title, he's an all-time great or anything like that, but you get a couple more.
It starts you on that road.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It puts you on that path. Like you get a couple more, and you end up with maybe 3 in your career, a couple like an MVP once more, and then all these all NBAs and All-Star appearances. Like, yeah, he's gonna be cooking.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we'll keep talking about this. We got to go through Minnesota and Denver. I believe Damian Barling's going to join us for the handoff today, so we'll have the handoff coming up in a few minutes. And we'll keep talking about this. Which players benefit the most from an NBA title this year? That's Jesse Tapia filling in for James Ham. I'm Kyle Mads and Joe Brazil behind the glass. We're the Insider, sponsored by Jiffy Lube on ESPN 1320 at Sacramento Sports Leader.
I don't think it's good to cut like the breaks like this. So I guess one or the other. Yeah.
Maybe do the first one. Who do we think has the biggest name there? Shea
Brunson, I guess.
Do something like.
I mean, the game is tonight, the Knicks game and stuff.
Maybe do something like. Does Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or Jalen Brunson benefit more from a championship this year? And then a similar thing with Ant and Jokic, who we'll talk about next. Does that work? Tight. Thank you. What's up, Charlie?
Okay. As you should be. And so, so I always thank Alexa, like when I set my alarm.
See.
And she is so kind.
Charlie's very smart with his robots, it turns out.
Sometimes she sings me a "You're Welcome" song.
Hilarious.
So I just,
I'm out.
I want you to know that I'm with you.
Me and Charlie.
We are going to survive when they take over.
Come on.
No, that's the thing. No, you
on.
guys are fools. They're going to take you guys first.
The robots are going to take over, and ESPN 1320 will still be here.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm telling
Charlie
you.
got it.
Kyle and I, survivors.
No chance.
Survivors.
No chance.
Yeah, damn right.
My dad wants to say hi to Charlie. Can someone relay that?
Charlie, Joe's father says hi.
There it is. There we go.
No, Johnny Jackson. I've never seen the Matrix.
I have, and I got to tell you, so I've not seen any movies. It's just like a character flaw. And on my old show, we did a bit where the other host, who will remain nameless, gave me a list of movies. We came up with this list of movies that I had to watch. These are like, oh my God, you got to watch it. It's like 50 movies. There are a lot of movies on there that I could have done without seeing. I didn't need to watch The Matrix. The Matrix was fine.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
Sure, I'm sure The Matrix was electric if you were 16 years old when it came out.
Good point.
Yeah, Y2K and all that stuff, right?
Like I was 31 years old, 30 years old watching The Matrix. Like, it was fine. It wasn't bad.
I thought it was cool.
I wasn't like, oh my God, I got it. Oh, no, I wouldn't list that as a movie as somebody needs to watch.
Yeah.
Overrated movie then. Is that your take?
Say it.
Yeah. I call The Matrix overrated for sure.
Matrix is overrated.
Yeah.
It's
not terrible, but I'm not listing it in the movies you have to watch. I don't know more about K-pop than I know about movies.
Shout out to my pops. Got us on at Head Change Barbershop in Minnesota.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Shout out on the TV.
Out to what barbershop? Who's barbershop?
Head Change Barbershop.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey, it's nice you show up. Go sit down, bro. Go sit down.
Here goes this guy.
Go sit down.
Here goes this guy.
Now, back to the Insiders, brought to you by Jiffy Lube on ESPN 1320.
You want to know the good news, Jesse?
What?
Despite the fact that Kenny
No, I was having a good day, and now it's like, all right, game 6. All right, game 6.
Now you're locked in.
Yeah, hopefully the Knicks don't choke. Because
you know why I'm fired up for game 6?
Why?
Because I'm going to have an underdog lineup tonight. When the Knicks and Celtics face off, I'm going higher on Jaylen Brown's points. I'm going higher on Jalen Brunson's points. I think this is a spot where the stars are going to show up. But we also got the W tonight. The WNBA
shout out
begins tonight. You know, the Golden State Valkyries start their journey as a WNBA franchise. I'm going to pop them into my underdog lineup as well.
You're a big Valkyries
WNBA,
guy?
Big Valks guy. We're going to have WNBA. We're going to have NBA playoffs. You can mix and match those sports. You don't have to make 2 separate lineups. You make one lineup with NBA playoffs, with WNBA, and with the W starting, you're going to want to make sure to get locked in and be making underdog lineups all through the WNBA season, as well as all through the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
We're going to have some days off here in the NBA playoffs, or there's not going to be games going on. There's going to be games in the W, and underdog has got you just pick higher or lower on at least 2 player stats. Works the same for the WNBA like it does the NBA playoffs with all the other leagues, all the other teams, all the favorite players they have in their pick'em game. It is so much fun. You can turn $1 into $1,000. I have such a great time watching sports with Underdog, and I think you will too. So please join me. Download the Underdog app and sign up with promo code KYLEM. That's KYLEM to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. That is promo code KYLEM. KYLEM. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Speaking,
don't even hit his music, bro. Like,
who cares?
Who cares?
Speaking of New York,
like I'm really like
the number one New York Knicks fan in America.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's time now for the handoff. Taking the handoff from James and Kyle today. Here's KC Kenny Caraway.
There he is.
No.
The world's number one Knicks fan.
No.
Wearing a Knicks hat.
Yeah, hold on. Who are you? Are you KC or are you
a Knicks hat and a Michael Jordan sweatshirt?
Are you Tyrone in Staten Island today, or who do you want to be today?
I wasn't here yesterday. I didn't call in. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about no Tyrone, man. I don't know nothing about that.
You sound just like him.
Yeah, the caller ID said Kenny's name was weird.
I got hacked, man. You're talking about robots and all this other stuff. You never know what might happen with these, these phones and
look what you're doing to the people.
Nowadays.
Look what you're doing to the people, David. Supporter, huh?
Yeah, I'm a supporter.
West Side Kings fan. This guy.
I do want. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stand in front of
Lotus
Kenny.
Prime. Not ever about the Kings.
I'm gonna stand.
Look what you're doing to them.
Not ever about
Look
the
what you're doing
Kings.
to them.
I'm gonna stand in front of Kenny.
Why? We were on my team earlier.
He has maintained throughout the playoffs that he is not a Knicks fan. He is a Knicks supporter.
You buy that?
Everybody,
you buy that?
Everybody knows.
You buy that
he makes
baloney,
it
Kyle?
very clear who he's a fan of.
That's correct.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yo, chill. Hey,
Yeah,
I don't
actually,
even
go
have my
ahead.
headphones
Yeah,
in.
go ahead.
That sounded ridiculous. Yo, what the hell, bro? Hey, look. I
That's
want to
true.
see
You're
the
right,
Knicks
Kyle.
be successful. I'm a supporter. I want to see them handle business. I want to see them finish this series off. And now NBA Finals is wide open. Who knows what might happen. But don't get it twisted. It's Kings all day. I'm Kings. I'm always going to be Kings. And that's just what it is.
Yeah, people saying you walked in with fan vibes, not supporter vibes.
Wow, that's true.
That's
very
the way he
true.
came into the studio. It was like he was a fan and not a supporter.
Will, what are you talking about, man?
Shout out Jose, Team Jesse. See, I got the chatty house with me.
I mean, that's fine. What is Jose a Celtics fan?
No.
Or does he want to see them
Hey,
win?
do you want to know who else?
They're
Kenny?
Jesse supporters, they said. They're not Celtics. They're not Celtics. They just want to see their guy win. That's it. That's all it is.
That's all I want. I want to see the Knicks.
Oh, you know Jalen Brunson? You know Jalen Brunson?
I'm a
He's
fan
a
of
big
Jalen
Cameron
Brunson.
Payne
Yeah,
guy.
whatever.
I'm a fan of Jalen Brunson's game. I'm a fan of my man Spike Lee. You know what I'm saying? Melo, that's my guy. Starberry, that's my guy. John Starks, that's my guy.
Sounds
Shout
like
out
a fan.
those guys.
It sounds
I
like
want
it
to see
goes
those guys.
back.
Shout out
happy.
Stephen Castaneda, the Jesse Holics. Shout out. Team Jesse, Sacktown Tony. Shout out to the chatty house.
I love Jerry Jones.
Whoa, that was
Whoa.
Look, I don't have no headphones on. They're playing all this nonsense while I can't hear.
I'll have your back. I didn't even know that one existed. It says you love Jerry Jones.
Oh, come on, man.
I didn't even know that one
Come
existed.
on.
I didn't cut that on the
That's
cake.
not even what. Oh my goodness, that's
You
not
got that
even
one?
what I
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, I was
bro.
like, I
That's
didn't get
crazy,
that
bro.
one.
What was funny is that's preceded. What the words before that are? Why would I say?
Oh, really?
I love
Man,
Jerry
don't
Jones. Don't listen to the media, y'all. Don't listen to the media. I'm telling you,
All right,
this is ridiculous.
I'm
Big game
trying.
tonight.
I'm
Big
trying
game
to.
tonight.
I'm trying to have a video that Joe can cut here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to.
All right, ready?
All
1, 2, 3.
Very serious radio program in 3, 2, 1. Kenny Caraway here for the handoff on the Insiders. We are sponsored by Jiffy Lube. Jesse Tapia in for James Ham today. I'm Kyle Madsen, the world's #1 Knicks fan. Knicks supporter.
Yeah.
Kenny Caraway in the building. We're talking about which players benefit the most from an NBA title this year. We're on Minnesota.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards, does he become the guy in the NBA if Minnesota wins the championship this year?
100%, whether he likes it or not.
Yeah, he's front of the line. Like,
Yeah.
he's just, like Kenny said, whether he likes it or not, he's front of the line, face of the NBA, all that. Like, he's kind of been waiting for this.
In that series, lost in the post series analysis with Minnesota and Golden State and all the well, Steph is healthy, blah 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 blah. Ant did such a great job in that series of just picking his spots where second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, he just went, all right, we're not losing tonight. Regardless of who the opponent is. Forget that for a second. They came out, they were down 3 at the half. 2 or 3 at the half in game 4.
So down 2 after his 3.
After he knocked down a 31-footer with 2 hands in his face.
Just mixed Gary Payton.
Yeah,
That was nasty. Gary Payton, he can lock up. And that was
he can go a little bit. So hits that big 3 and then comes out and halfway through the third quarter has 14 points and Minnesota's up 20. He didn't average 40 a night, but whenever they needed him, he just went, all right, like picked his spot perfectly, didn't do too much. Just really kind of showed that growth of he's here.
Mm-hmm.
He has arrived as the guy.
We talked about like Tyrese earlier, needing to get like 25 a game, blah blah blah. Like show his guy. Like Ant doesn't need to get 30 a game. I don't think he just needs to win at this point, and that's enough for him.
Yeah.
Well, they won't win if he's not giving you 25 to 30 a night.
Yeah,
he's the biggest star left in there. That doesn't mean he's the best player. I know Jokic is still around. SGA is going to win MVP, all this other stuff. But the biggest star,
yes,
is Anthony Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
And really what you could get, like if you get this type of series, this type of NBA Finals, is you may get I hate to say this, but this is how it's going to be. This is how it'll be covered. You can get the good versus evil.
Mm-hmm.
The goody two shoes of Tyrese Halliburton going up against the immaturity in some people's eyes of Anthony Edwards. And it'll be good versus evil. And you might be able to get something like that. But he's the star. I'm not, Ant said he don't want it. I believe him. I don't think he wants it. But
like you said, he's there whether he likes it or not.
He can say he doesn't want to be the face, but he's not going to shy away from it either. If you put the camera in front of his face, he's going to be everything that you want him to be. And all
that's
that
the whole face of the NBA conversation.
Yeah.
You're going to be the face when people gravitate to you, and people just gravitate naturally towards Anthony Edwards.
Well, yeah, because like you think of Anthony Edwards, like his game.
Organic.
That's it.
When he was in the movie with Adam Sandler and stuff like that. Like he's a star now, and it's just waiting for the ring, I guess, to put him just face in front of everyone.
Yeah, he says he doesn't want it. It's like there's no campaign for this. There's not gonna be a vote, bro. Like you're it. Sorry.
That's what being a star is.
That's it.
It's just organically people gravitate to you, like you talked about, Kyle. Like in a lot of sense, you don't have no say over it. Because there's a lot of people, entertainers, musicians, basketball players who fit the bill and they're like, yeah, you're a star, but people don't really care about them one way or the other. And there are people who they do, like Russell Westbrook, for a number of different reasons or whatever reason. People feel some type of way about Russell Westbrook. They either love him or they can't stand him. That's not anything. I don't think Russell Westbrook is cared about that, but it's just something organically that he gives off that makes people react and make people feel. And Anthony Edwards has that.
The other thing with Minnesota, Rudy Gobert would get a ring, which is just add that to his resume. I don't know that he needs it at this point to be a Hall of Famer, but
I got a little bit of an epiphany about Rudy Gobert, and I'm gonna share it on the show. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but yeah.
You want to? Okay, is that a tease? Because I got another couple things we got to get to, and we got a couple
tease.
minutes.
It's a tease.
All right, that's a tease. Stay locked in to D'Lo and KC for Kenny's epiphany on Rudy Gobert.
Wow.
The other thing, I don't want to gloss over this before we get to Denver. I don't want to gloss over. Julius Randle has been unbelievable.
He's been really good.
Yeah.
He's been so freaking good, and he's a player who, to me, was that's a good stats bad team guy. Like I'm never gonna. And he was awesome in a 5-game series win against the Lakers, and the Warriors couldn't guard him. He's been outstanding.
Yeah, he has been. He's elevated his game and his profile.
Does the ring just make him solidified as like he can be a number 2 now?
Yeah,
like people just believe it now.
He might get paid like a 1.
Well, he's up for a deal now, huh?
Yeah, maybe that might be a mistake, but
I think that's
money.
But I think that's how teams are going to view him. If he wins a ring and he's averaging 24 and 8 and 7 or whatever he's at right now, he's been really good.
Yeah, teams should. This is why people get fired. But
facts. Yeah. Well, last one with Denver. You mentioned Jokic the other day on D'Lo and KC might be on his way to being a top 10 guy all time. Where does a second ring put him in that conversation?
It probably solidifies him as a top 10 player.
I think I agree.
Really?
Yeah.
He just needs the 2 to get in?
Yeah, you got to have multiple because remember, I got Kevin Durant there.
So you'd put him above KD? Because wasn't KD kind of last in line on that list?
I think off the top of my head, I think KD was 9, Bird was 10. I believe.
I think you had Larry out.
Oh,
because I know, you hated Larry Bird.
No, that's not true. Larry Bird, bad boy. But real quick, listen.
Also, if you think Larry Bird is the 11th, if you think Larry Bird is the 11th best NBA player ever, that's not like a bad thing.
Jordan, Bron,
Will, Magic,
Kareem, Kobe,
Steph,
Shaq.
That's
8 right there. KD
and Bird.
Okay. Yeah, there's a 10 right there. I think I'd put Jokic top 20 at minimum if he got another ring.
Okay. I've never made a list, so I'm just kind of going off vibes.
I have this
comfortably top 10.
I have this fake list that lives in my mind. So I have top 20.
Yeah.
I know KD. KD's there.
Who's 11 to 19?
Does the second one?
No clue. He's top 20. He could be 15 for all I know.
Hey, real quick. Does a second one do anything for Jamal Murray?
Not really.
No.
Doesn't put him in that like weird.
Not if he's getting
role player Hall of Famer.
22 on any given night.
He's probably like Chris Bosh, Joe Dumars. Thinking of guys like that, Paul Gasol was a little better than him.
Yeah.
But
if I told you Derek White or Jamal Murray becomes a Hall of Famer with a second ring, who would you pick?
Jamal Murray. I think Jamal Murray's better, but Derek White, I have done a 180 on it. He's
when he went bald. Once he went bald, he started.
I'll take
showing up at
Derek
the
White.
meetings.
I'm Derek White, #1 fan club.
Yeah, I love that for you.
Yeah.
All right, D'Lo and Casey's going to start super late because we went way over, but I was having too much fun.
Right.
Damian Barling
Friday.
with Kenny Caraway coming up next. Jesse Tapia will be producing that program. For Joe Brazil, Jesse Tapia, thank you so much for hanging out. For James Ham the last couple of days, I'm Kyle Madsen. We will be back Monday at 10 a.m. right here on ESPN 1320. D'Lo and Casey is next. Until Monday at 10. Drink water. Be nice, people. See you. Chatty House, appreciate you guys so much. Have a great weekend.
Great weekend vibes are on the way. Love you guys, Chatty House.
All right, don't go anywhere yet. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
Yeah, stay locked in.